Hey everyone, welcome back to the Resistance Book Club. My name is Keita, and this here is Blackoween Wrap Up. So let's sit back, relax, get some snacks, get some drinks, because this video will most likely be long, because you know how I get. And let's get to it. All right, so Blackoween for 2024 has had commenced, and it was great. Um, Pretty much this was hot off right after the Mystic Readathon. If y'all haven't seen that video that I did, please do. I will put it in the end screen for this video. But yeah, man. So literally after reading so many books from the Mystic Readathon, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna dial it down and just only do um middle grade books. And yeah, and I did a whole video of the library haul for that. Then I watched the Booktition video, and then I said, I'm, I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna try to see if I could do all of it. I'm always like a glutton for punishment in these things. Don't feel bad for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. No, never do that. Um, because I did it to myself. So I read so many books, and then coming into this, and I was like, I'm going to end up reading so many books if I do this. And sure enough, I did. Ended up reading like 32 books. I believe it's more. It could be like close to 36 books. I think there's like a few that I haven't really put in. I may have to go back in and double check. But after this video here, you could just check the community post and it will show like all of what I've read in there. Yeah, this thing is crazy, man. Why am I reading so much? I already went past my goal for the Goodreads, and I was at 180 books. That was for the year. Child, I'm already in 200. Like, it's crazy, really crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I was gonna be Investigator Thoreau for Ruby Cruise Park, and ended up wanting to read more from Black authors, which is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. And I got super excited and wanting to read more from my people, in this genre. So I ended up doing that. Now, you also have to understand, don't ask me for any recommendations. I don't know any. I go by what other people put in their videos and also the recommendations that Bree has put in her video for the Blackoween. So that's what I did. I ended up picking the stuff that she had recommended for each of the locations in Tulip Parish. So yeah, and I did read more in the middle grade because that was the whole goal than I did in the other parish. But lo and behold, I ended up finishing every single location in Tula's parish as Investigator Thoreau. So now I am the Grand Searcher because I finished every single location. Yay! So I'm proud of myself for that. If anything, what I could do is probably show y'all a slideshow of all the books that I read. But in this particular video, because it's considered a wrap up video, I am only doing the middle grade books. I'm reviewing those considering that that was my main focus for this. And yeah, it was fun. And I had some very good reads in there and some very interesting, and some were like, okay, okay. Didn't see that coming. But okay. And that was it. But yeah, so very happy to have gone through this readathon. I love it. I did lightly participated last year. That was just only so I can get an understanding and a good footing in. And I said, okay, now I understand what this is and how to do it, how to play it. And so that's why I went ahead and decided to do all the locations, and it worked. It worked. It worked. And even read the group reads for each of those locations. I know. It's crazy. Um, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So again, this here is just only for middle grade. I'll figure out how I want to do the other books. Most likely it will be set up in a wrap up video. I may have to do like a part one and a part two, part three for these wrap ups because it's a lot of books that I have read in these past few months. All right, so first up, The Girl in the Lake, and this here is by India Hill Brown. Um, this here, okay, so Celeste knows, I was just trying to figure out where I needed to start at. Celeste knows she should be excited to spend 2 weeks at her grandparents' lake house with her brother Owen and their cousins Capri and Daisy, but she's not. Bugs, bad cell Bugs, bad cell reception, and the dark waters of the lake, no thanks. On top of that, she just failed her swim test and hates being in the water. It's terrifying. But her grandparents were strong believers in their family knowing how to swim, especially having grown up during the time of segregation at public pools. Without the opportunity to learn, Grandma's sister drowned when they were kids. But soon, strange things start happening. I thought something was there. Um, like Celeste's cousin accusing her of waking them up in the middle of the night. But Celeste hasn't been awake during the night. She knows she's been fast asleep because she's been having terrible nightmares about drowning. Things at the old house only get spookier until one evening when Celeste looks in the steamy mirror after a shower, she sees her face but twisted different. Who is the girl in the mirror and what does she want? Past and present mingle in this spine tingling ghost story by India Hill Brown. Listenership for this is 4 hours and 33 minutes, and the narrator is Bonnie Turpin. Um, this here was so good. I really enjoyed it. I love how the pool swimming is such a big, prominent thing in this when it's amongst us Black people because it's always the ongoing thing that Black people do not know how to swim. Me included, I only know how to swim half and half. I did go through a near drowning experience when I was a kid that prevented me from wanting to be in the water all the time. I don't necessarily prefer to be in pools. I don't like being in the ocean. Um, why? You should say, well, because like my ancestors died in the ocean, their souls are not laid to rest. Why would I be in there? I'm good. So I don't do cruises. I don't do boats. Don't put me in a canoe. We won't do whitewater rafting. There is no, I don't buy. Is there a cabin? Thank you. And then I'm off into the cabin. Yeah, I don't do the pedaling, none of that. Also, too, I do get seasick. That's the other issue. Yeah, no, I'm not even lying about that. Yeah, I puked my brains out like a couple of times being I was on a boat, did not want to be on a boat. But that's when you're a kid and you just, you didn't have any choice because you are following your damn parents. And I specifically said I just could not, and I had to suck it up. But yeah, I couldn't do it. hmm But yeah, love that because it was such a big deal, and the fact that she was sitting there learning how to swim, and her grandfather was the one that was, trying to push her to swim and all this other stuff. Love the ghost that keeps haunting the house. So this here definitely it had all the elements of a horror story, having a ghost, and also being possessed, because there is a possession that happens in here. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I actually had given this 4 stars. I thought it was just absolutely good. Absolutely. All right, next one, The Breakfast Club Adventures, The Beast Beyond the Fence. And this here is book one. It is by Marcus Rashford. He is a UK author. Um, and it goes, there's something fishy going on at school. When 12-year-old Marcus kicks his favorite football over the fence, he knows he's never getting it back. Nothing that goes over that wall ever comes back, but when Marcus get a mysterious note inviting him to join the Breakfast Club investigators, he is soon pulled into an exciting adventure with his new mates Stacy, Lise, and Asim to find out what is lurking on the other side of the fence and get his football back. Listenership for this is 2 hours and 31 minutes and is narrated by Kenton Thomas. This here was just like super cute. It has all the trappings of like, remember the Sandlot? That's exactly how it is. If you've seen the Sandlot of them always trying to figure out how they're going to get this baseball back, that's exactly what this is. The only difference is that he's been initiated into the Breakfast Club investigators to only use their help to get his football back, and with that they get the football back and then some. It's so good. I thought it was pretty cool. I believe this here was more of a picture book. For the prompts, the Breakfast Club Adventures, so good. I given it 4 stars. It was so cute. It makes me really actually want to get this book, because it's a picture book and I think it's just really cute, especially for my daughter. Next one is Hoodoo by Ronald L. Smith. This here is 12-year-old Hoodoo Hatcher was born into a family with a rich tradition of practicing folk magic, hoodoo, as most people call it. But even though his name is Hoodoo, he can't seem to cast a simple spell. When a mysterious man called the man called the stranger comes to town, Hoodoo starts dreaming of the dead rising from their graves. Even worse, he soon learns the stranger is looking for a boy named Hoodoo. The entire town is at risk from the stranger's black magic, and only Hoodoo can defeat him. He'll just need to learn how to conjure first. Set amid the swamps and sweltering heat of small town Alabama in the 1930s, Hoodoo is infused with a big dose of creepiness, leaving with gentle humor. The listenership for this is 5 hours and 31 minutes, and it is narrated by Ron Butler. This here was so funny. Literally has the gentle humor for sure. I love the fact that this kid's name is Hoodoo, but he can't do a spell. But I just always say, whenever there is some type of conjuring, magic, supernatural thing that their powers haven't really come in yet, it's just mainly due to the fact that there is no emotional connection, or the emotion hasn't been brought out. Um, it got to go through extreme circumstances for it to come out. It's always something. Okay, so just so we know what the prompts are for the Ruby Cruise. So for the Breakfast Club Adventures, that one is for the first prompt, which is read a children's or picture book with tales of the diaspora. Um, then the Hoodoo book is fit the prompt for read a book with magic. The Girl in the Lake is read a book with strong friendship or family ties, and they do have a good family ties, because believe no, not family ties. Like, I think they're friends. No, 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 it was family because it was the cousin and it was two cousins or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was great because they were all for each other. It was so cute. But yeah, so that one is for that. So let's go into the next one, which is hide and seeker. So hide and seeker. Let me see which prompt did I use this one here for. Oh, didn't put it in. No, I did put it in. Okay. I know I put it in there. Child. I probably was just too busy and just didn't even think about it. Um, so Hide and Seeker is by Daka Herman, and it is Justin knows that something is wrong with his best friend. Z went missing for a year, and when he came back, he was different. Nobody knows what happened to him. At Z's welcome home party, Justin and the neighborhood crew play hide and seek, but it goes wrong. Very wrong. One by one, everyone who plays the game disappears, pulled into a world of nightmares come to life. Justin and his friends realize this horrible place is where Z has been trapped. All they can do now is hide from the seeker. So the listenership for this is 7 hours and 56 minutes, and the narrator is Corey Allen. This year was actually really good. I mean, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and especially the ending. Ooh, child, that ending was good. I knew it was gonna be something like that, but it was the way it was executed. It was really good. So good. Um love Justin and his friends because it was like a very literal strong friendship there. So that can also be for that particular prompt for strong friendship. And I love how they really just all had to work together because when they found out like what happens, they really all of them had to work together and try to figure out how to get out of this mess. But yeah, it was so good. 4 stars for it, definitely. The next one is Amari and the Night Brothers, and I'm sure everybody knows about this book. Um, so Amari Peters has never stopped believing her missing brother Quentin is alive, not even when the police told her otherwise, or when she got in trouble for standing up to bullies who said he was gone for good. So when she finds a ticking briefcase in his closet containing a nomination for a summer tryout at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she's certain the secretive organization holds the key to locating Quentin. If only she can wrap her head around the idea of magicians, fairies, aliens, and other supernatural creatures all being real. Now she must compete for a spot against kids who've known about magic their whole lives. No matter how hard she tries, Amari can't seem to escape their intense doubt and scrutiny, especially once her supernaturally enhanced talent is deemed illegal within an evil magician threatening the supernatural world and her own classmates, thinking she's an enemy. Amari has never felt more alone. But if she doesn't stick it out and pass the tryout, she may never find out what happened to Quentin. So good. Listenership is 11 hours, 12 minutes, and this here is narrated by Imani Parks. So good. I need to read the second one, and the next one, and the next one. It was so good. Like, this here was 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed this whole book. I really did. Everything about it, the whole supernatural, everything was just all magical. It just felt so real. And I just wanted to be in the world. Um, yeah, I love the crew that she had, strong friendship. Um, Definitely it plays out like, a secret, but I guess that's not really like the most prominent thing that was in there. It was mainly that, anytime when you go to school, where you have to stay in a dorm and stuff, you're gonna develop like a whole kinship with certain people, and then that's gonna be like your found family, and that's what I love. I love that. So yeah, definitely a 5 star. But the prompt that it fits is for strong friendship, or family ties. Um, Next one is From the Desk of Zoe Washington, and this here is by Janae Marks. So Zoe Washington isn't sure what to write, but what does a girl say to the father she never met, hadn't heard from until his letter arrived on her 12th birthday? And who's been in prison for a terrible crime, a crime he says he's never committed? Can Marcus really be innocent? Zoe is determined to uncover the truth, even if it means hiding his letters and her investigation from the rest of her family. Everyone else thinks Zoe's worrying about doing a good job at her bakery internship and proving to her parents that she's worthy of auditioning for Food Network's Kids Bake Challenge. But with bakery confections on one part of her mind and Marcus' conviction weighing heavily on the other, this is one recipe Zoe doesn't know how to balance. The only thing she knows to be true, everyone lies. All right, so listenership is 6 hours and 10 minutes, and this here is narrated by Bonnie Turpin. I love this. So this here fits the prompt for read a book with a secret, and it was so good. I mean, she was sitting there. Just love how like these young kids got this whole imagination of pushing themselves to the brink of no return to get the things that they want and get the questions answered by any means necessary. And in the midst of all of that, dealing with racism and the prejudicial, I guess that's how you pronounce it, of the system and how it works against Black people, it is astonishing. And for her to have to sit there and watch that happen and see it happening in front of her and just get like that eye-opening view of, ooh, man, from a child perspective is absolutely, amazing. And this here is her debut novel. Um, I just thought it was really good. Definitely 4.5 because it left me wanting more. You know what I'm saying? Like something else was a little tiny bit missing, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this whole book. Um, Next one is the group read for the Ruby Cruise, and I believe that one, yeah. So yeah, this here was the group reads. It came from The Trees, Ali Russell. So the wilderness is in Jenna's blood. Her pap was the first Black park ranger at Sturbridge Reservation, and she practically knows the Owlet Survival Handbook by heart. But she's never encountered a creature like the one that took her best friend Reese. Her parents don't believe her, the police are worthless, following the wrong leads, and the media isn't connecting the dots between Reese's disappearance and a string of other attacks. Determined to save her friend, Jenna joins the new local scout troop and ventures back into the woods. When the troop stumbles across suspicious signs, huge human like footprints near the camp, scratch marks on the trees, and ominous sounds from the woods, Jenna worries that whatever took Reese is back to take her too. Can she trust her new scout leader? And will her new friend Nori, who makes her laugh and reminds her so much of Reese, believe her? After the unthinkable happens, the scouts, armed with their wits and toiletries, band together to fight the monster and survive the night. Listenership is 6 hours and 2 minutes, and it is narrated by Shayna Small. I already had this as a NetGalley art. I read it then. I just wanted to listen to it because I never had the audio, and it was great. I loved it. I loved it. It's still a 5 star. Still a 5 star. I loved every bit about it. Definitely has all the trappings. Oh my God, we hit the ground running with the racism in the beginning of this book. Child, you can't make this up. Um, it was so good. I still love it from beginning to the end. Everything just is very contained because it's only set in that one location, just like most of the other books are. It was just set and contained in this one location, which is the campsite that they were there, that they were at. or Jenna was at, and this is her second time being there. But yeah, loved everything about it. Period. Nothing else. And the fact that it was like this big hulking creature like lurking behind, like it has all the trappings of a horror, mystery, you know, what happened to Reese, what do we do? Oh my god, it's here again. What are they gonna do? Like it was just so great. It was so good. Nothing else to report. It was just so good. But yeah, that was the whole group read for that particular location. Next one is Onyeka in the Academy of the Sun, book one. I believe I put this. I think I was just reading it just to read it, to be honest. But I believe I ended up putting it somewhere. It does have ancestral stuff in there, to be honest. But I figured to put it in here because it is middle grade. Onyeka has a lot of hair, the kind that makes strangers stop in the street and her peers whisper behind her back. At least she has Cheyenne, her best friend, who couldn't care less what other people think. Still, Onyeka has always felt insecure about her vibrant curls until the day Cheyenne almost drowns and Onyeka's hair takes on a life of its own, inexplicably pulling Cheyenne from the water. At home, Onyeka's mother tells her the shocking truth. Onyeka's psychokinetic powers make her a Solari, one of a secret group of people with superpowers unique to Nigeria. Her mother quickly whisks her off to the Academy of the Sun, a school in Nigeria where Solari are trained. But Onyeka and her new friends at the Academy soon have to put their powers to the test as they find themselves embroiled in a momentous battle between truth and lies. Listenership is 7 hours and 37 minutes, and this here is narrated by Onyeka Okoye. Also, too, strong friendship and family ties. It could be another one of to fit this prompt. Definitely good. This here was a 5 star because I loved everything about it. I loved everything about it. I couldn't even. I couldn't hold you. Everything about it, even the way her powers work, the explanation of the Solari, her trying to fit in with the Solari, her trying to fit in with the school, her trying to like balance out, wait, what I want to know more about my father and less about this, but you have to do all of it. And her just trying to come into her powers on her own and get a better control of her powers, and the fact that her hair is her crown and her hair is her powers is the best. It's the best powers to have, right? So it's like, it's so good. It's so good. And literally executed perfectly. I cannot wait to read the next one. I cannot. Like, I am dying for it now. It's so good. Um, Last one, I had to save the best for last. I will shout out this author till I'm blue in the face, honey. The Vanquishers by Kaylin Bayron. Um, so Malika Boog Wilson and her friends have grown up idolizing the Vanquishers, a group of heroic vampire hunters who wiped out the last horde of the undead decades ago. Nowadays, most people don't take even the most basic vampire precautions. The days of garlic wreaths and early curfews long gone, but Boog's parents still follow the old rules, much to her embarrassment. When a friend goes missing, Boog isn't sure what to think. Could it be the school counselor, Mr. Rupert, who definitely seems to be hiding something? Or could it be something more dangerous? Boog is determined to save her friend, but is she ready to admit vampires might not be vanquished after all? No one ever expected the Vanquishers to return, but if their town needs protection from the undead, Boog knows who to call. This here, the listenership is 7 hours and 27 minutes, and it is narrated by Estacia Sanders. 5 star all the way. And Vanquishers, can fit 2 prompts. Read a book where a character gets infected, and also strong friendship or family ties. So, yeah, that's the last one that had completed the whole entire prompt of that of Ruby Cruz. 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star. This book is going to live rent free in my head, and I need to get this book. And dying to read the next one. I actually had it, but I couldn't read it because I had all these other books to read for the other locations, so I just decided to give it back. Um, this book was so good. Lord have mercy. This book was so good. I love the parents, or yeah, the parents slash guardians. I love the way the school thing was set up. I love how the neighborhood was set up. It was Bayron painted a picture to where what happens post vampirism has happened, and then what is it looking like? What is this world that we have to accept to be to become to be in this world, in this new normal, and doing it in a middle grade? 5 star. That's it. So I'm good. We're good. That was all the books that I read for the middle grade Ruby Cruise part, and all the other ones I'll figure out how to put it in a whole nother video. But other than that, this was it. Happy that y'all made it through. Let me know if any of these books, you know, piques your intention. Have you read any of them? Does it sound interesting? Just let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know if you have participated in the Blackoween. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. You know, listen, I'm tired already, but I'm already in the next month reading the books for next month. You know, like it's going. Man, I am dying to see what is how many books I've read on December 31st. Insane. But other than that, the Blackoween was so much fun. I love doing this because this here is a time of where even though I am reading Black authors all year round, but to be submersed in the world of this particular genres of crime fiction, cozy mysteries, and all these other, genres that they have is a blessing. And I hope that Bree understands like this cannot stop. Like we have to, because this helps for even for a lot of people to be going to the libraries and getting these books and helping the libraries out by putting more of us in there. Oh my God, I love this Blackoween. It's the best thing in the world. And with that being said, I am done with this video. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. This is the way. Peace.